My name is Frank Rancini. I'm on the board of directors for Maryland Votes for Animals, and I really thank you all for coming today. What we're doing is really, really urgent. We are lucky to have the support of some really, really outstanding legislators. One of them is Michael Smigiel. He represents the Eastern Shore, and he has been one of the leaders on this issue from the very beginning. And if we succeed on this, it's largely due to his efforts and the other great legislators in the House and the Senate that have been fighting on behalf of our dogs. So, Delegate Smigiel.
Thank you. Thank you. First, I know that Delegate Bromwell, Delegate Kramer, Delegate Mazier all are also putting in bills with respect to trying to correct this situation. This situation will get corrected in this special session. This is much more important than any other things that were being brought down here for. What I'm looking at is there are a couple different ideas. I know that Senator Frosch is looking at a bill that will apply strict liability to all dogs, not just one specific breed. Now, some people have concerns as to whether or not we should jump from the common law, which was always, if you knew or should have known your dog is going to have a propensity to bite, then you would be responsible. And before we make that giant leap in a special session, that's something I think that all of you should have an opportunity to talk to your legislators about, and then to come down here in a regular session and vet this properly and have the hearings. And so I put in a bill, and I actually just filed it. It's going to be HB 5, and I kind of said, help keep pit bulls alive, pass HB 5. What it's going to do is HB 5 is going to say, the Solesky case is not touched at all. Prospectively, after that case, we go back to the common law as it always was, leave it that way until we come back in the regular session for the 90 days, allow all of you to come down here and to attend the hearings, to have the opportunity to present any information that you want to correct us on all of the misinformation that's out there about pit bulls having stronger jaws, being more violent, all these things that are incorrect information that people are acting out of ignorance on, and so that we can get that information out. So what I'm hoping to do is put it back the way it was, give you an opportunity to have a proper process and a proper vetting. There are other bills I know that the Delegate Kramer I've spoken with, and I said I'll join him if they don't accept my bill. I'll join him in the bill that says, okay, we're going to have the put back the way it was unless the dog, the extent of the injury. If it's a mauling, then you would look at strict liability, and that's a step. I really don't know how you justify saying the extent of the injury changes the liability standard, but that's better than just jumping to a strict liability standard, changing a couple hundred years worth of what we have had, which is the common law. And so rather than just make that giant leap in a hurried session, I would like to do it a step so that you can get down here. Now what's going to happen is if they say no to both of those ideas, we're going to end up with what Senator Frosch has suggested, and that's going to the strict liability for all dogs. Anything is better than the current situation that we have here today. The owners are those persons who own the dog. They're not the handlers, they're not the vets, they're not the shelters that you take the animals to. They should not be given the strict liability requirements that they're trying to pass on, and certainly landlords shouldn't be responsible for dogs where one breed is deemed to be inherently dangerous. And there is no way that they should deem the pit bull to be any more inherently dangerous than any other animal. We know what the studies actually show, that it's not the case. You go to Canada, you know what the most dangerous dog is, most likely to kill you? Siberian Husky. You know why? Because that's what everybody owns. So obviously if you own, there's 20 dogs and 18 of them are one breed, that's going to be the most dangerous breed. So we can put aside all of the fears and the rumors and have a session where you have an opportunity to present the evidence to the legislators, and we can do this thing right. It will be done in this special session. So what I'd ask all of you to do to help us is to have the leaders of the various organizations get together and get a common set of things that you can agree on and present them. The hearing tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the judiciary is where I sit as also a member not only on the Pit Bull Task Force, but I also sit on the Judiciary Committee. If you could come in and say, Barks and the Humane Society and all the other organizations for the ethical treatment of animals and such, all agree that these 2 or 3 principles are what we should be looking at, then hopefully the legislators won't be pitting against each other and saying, well, this group wants this and this group wants that. You can help us by uniting, getting your ideas together, presenting them to us, and then when we get down there, hopefully we'll come out with a bill that at least covers the majority of the problems that we have. But what we do know is we cannot have the status quo continue out of this session. We have to fix the problems that we have, and we're going to count on all your help to do that. So thank you very much, and thank you all for coming out. Appreciate it.